either way is 10 times. So a pH of 8 is 10 times more alkaline than 7. A pH of 5 is 100 times more acidic. So watch this. Those of you who saw this before, a can of soda is 2.5 on acidity. It's like battery acid, and everybody knows that because when you pour it on your car, what happens? It eats through the paint. And we laugh, yet we see a 6-year-old drinking it, and we laugh about it. I mean, you know, do not ever bring anyone in here, especially a child drinking a soda. We know it's battery acid. It destroys their body. And everybody goes, well, there's people who drink it. Yeah, we're all sick and dying. It's pure acid. You couldn't get anything more acid than a soda. That's how it is. If you look at this, it's 50,000 times more acidic than neutral. So what does your body have to do immediately? It takes 30 cups of water to neutralize 1 can of soda. So if you're drinking 2 cans of soda a day, you need 60 cups of water to try to neutralize it back. That's almost impossible. And so when your pH is balanced, the cells are able to absorb the right amount of oxygen, water, and impulses, and the nutrients are easily able to replicate normally. You don't build acidity. You don't build inflammation in your body. Unless you balance your pH, you'll never heal from a disease. You can't, because you can heal, keep taking your drugs, whatever you want. Guess what happens? You're still acidic. It's going to keep coming back. When the pH in the body is lowered, the body will do everything it can to raise its pH. And what it does is it takes calcium out of the bones, because calcium is high on alkalinity, and it starts pulling calcium. And when it starts pulling calcium out, calcium gets into the arteries, into the bloodstream, and guess what calcium does? Guess what part of your plaquing is? Calcium. And so that's what happens. The more acid you are, the more you pull it out of the bones. What causes osteoporosis? Not eating enough calcium? No. Being acidic and pulling it out of your bones. That's what causes osteoporosis. Not drinking enough milk doesn't cause osteoporosis. Drinking milk actually causes osteoporosis because it makes you more acidic and it pulls it out of your bones. So when the pH in your body is lowered, the body does everything it can to raise its pH. Your body will take alkaline substances from other areas of your body to normalize the pH. The brain says, I have to keep you alkaline. It will do everything it can. And so you don't want to keep your brain busy the whole time. It's trying to keep you alive. And every time you go acidic, every time you eat sugar, every time you do these things, your brain becomes busy and it has to try to heal you faster. The body will take calcium from the bones. When the body becomes acidic, your arterial walls become damaged, creating inflammation. Where the acidic residues wind up will determine what name to put on a symptom. Pancreas is diabetes, heart is heart disease, because you get an enlarged heart. When you start getting this buildup into there, it starts to increase that. Colon, Crohn's, or colitis, this is how the body reacts to acidity. It gives off symptoms. Sources that create acidity, meats. Conventionally, see, there's so much stuff on, who here thinks red meat causes heart problems? Honestly, Mythbuster. Does red meat cause it? Yes, if you get it where? There's some pamphlets up here where I eat all my meat. Grass-fed meat has what ratio? 4-to-1 ratio. Grass-fed meat is 4-to-1 ratio. So if I'm eating a 4-to-1 ratio, guess what? I'm getting the right amount of fats. It's a 4-to-1 ratio. Grass-fed meat is 4-to-1. Because what are the cows eating? Grass. They're not plugged up with drugs. They're eating grass. Alkalizes their body. They get all the right stuff in their body. And guess what happens? You get the exact amount of 4-to-1 ratios. When you eat that meat, you actually become healthier. All the studies they do on meat, red meat, is what kind of meat? Dominick's, or wherever you get your meat at. It's all hormone-filled, drug-filled stuff. And it's bad. It's grain-fed. They eat grains and they're plugged up with drugs. So that we can't base it on that. So obviously sugar causes it. Dairy, caffeine, salt, alcohol, tobacco, artificial sweeteners, and all medications create that. What causes free radicals? This is huge, because free radicals cause the oxidation in the body. If I cut an apple in half, what happens to that apple? It becomes oxidized. And what color? It turns brown, and the cells die. And so same thing, when your cholesterol, because cholesterol is going to go through there, when that cholesterol becomes oxidized by free radicals, then your cholesterol forms what? Then your cholesterol turns into plaquing and streaking. So it's when the cholesterol becomes damaged or oxidized. It will do its job. It'll flow right through there if it's not oxidized. That's why they're scared of the LDL, the slower one, because it's slower there and it has a better chance of doing what? forming into plaquing if you're not healthy. So as it raises up and you have more inside of your blood, they're scared that it's going to become more likely to form a plaque in there. Free radicals cause oxidation of cholesterol, leading to plaquing in the arteries. Free radicals are created by, again, sugar, acidity, toxicity. Metals, heavy metals, mercury. Those of you who saw the TV today on the mercury in the fish, mercury in the vaccines, all that. The leads. Now we got a generation of children, even you're eating lead paint, I guess lead toys, everything was lead, and we put it in our mouth. So a lot of you in this room are full of lead, you're full of mercury, and that's nonstop creating free radical damage in your body, creating serious problems from cancer and heart diseases. No matter what you do, it keeps creating free radical damage. Heavy metals cause free radical damage. Any toxicities in the body. So detoxification. So how do we detox? It's obviously one of our protocols through our eating and our diet is we have to detox. So how do we detox? Everybody in this room is probably somewhat inflamed somewhere. You don't know where. So we just can't guess. We have to clean all of our cells. When your cells become inflamed, here is your cell. What happens is these cells can open up, and what happens is toxins can get into the cells, and as toxins get into your cells, they create inflammation, and they create it, and they inflame the cell as toxins get in. And so we know you're made up of 76 trillion cells. In order for us to seriously detox you and get rid of all your inflammation everywhere, we have to clean you at what level? At a cellular level. We have to clean your cells out. We can't just grab a couple cleanses and clean our bowels out. We have to clean you at a cellular level. In order to clean you at a cellular level, we have to first, if we have inflammation in a cell, we have to open the cell up to get out all the toxins out of a cell. We have to clean you at a cellular level. We have to open your cells up. Every cell in your body is made up of 2 layers of fat. So every cell, your 76 trillion cells in your body, they're layered. There's fat around them. There's 2 layers of fat around them. In order to open them up, we have to eat what? Fat. You have to eat fat. Because when you eat fat, your cell opens up. And when your cell opens up, and then you're following the eating, you clean your cells back out. It actually comes out. You have to open the cell up. Obviously, this is very scientific, right? That's really how it works. You have to clean your cells out. Most of you in this room are full of acid. You're acidic. You have inflammation. You have diseases already, or your diseases are coming. You have to follow the diet, which is our cellular detox regeneration diet, which they'll be going over and giving you that at the end. You have to go through the diet. You have to at least follow it for 12 weeks, especially those of you who are in a disease state or have anything going on. You have to follow the diet because you'll clean out your cells in 12 weeks fully. And then we can start from there. But you got to clean your cells out. How do we do that? The only way to open these cells is with